Hi, I'm Steve Campana, District Captain in Battalion 7 on the C shift, and I've got your EMS tricks of the trade. When we're treating patients with chest pain, we have the ability to decide whether we are going to give our patients nitroglycerin very quickly, easily, and effectively by utilizing the LifePak 15. While someone's interviewing the patient, the other personnel on scene can be hooking up the LifePak. They can be putting the EKG electrodes on the wrists and the ankles in anticipation of doing a full 12-lead EKG. Someone also can be taking a manual blood pressure and hook up the SaO2. Once my leads are connected and I turn my LifePak 15 on, you're going to notice that it's going to print out an EKG from leads 2 and 3. And it's not going to look like there's any ST segment elevation because the LifePak 15 is not in a 12-lead diagnostic mode. All I have to do to quickly see if my patient is having an inferior wall MI is take a few steps and hit the 12-lead EKG button. First, once I've quantified and qualified the chest pain with the patient and asked them if they have any allergies to aspirin, I can give them 4-baby aspirin very quickly. Now once the EKG electrodes are hooked up to the patient's wrists and ankles, all I have to do is hit the 12-lead button. It's going to ask me for the patient's age. Then it's going to ask me for the patient's gender. Then it's going to tell me to connect the chest leads. Without connecting the chest leads, just hit the 12-lead EKG button again, and it's going to tell me acquiring 12-lead. Once it tells me that, it's putting this machine into the diagnostic mode to do a 12-lead EKG. But with just the limb leads hooked up, I'm going to get an EKG in leads 2, 3, AVF, AVL, AVR, and lead 1. And as you can see here, my patient is having ST elevation in the inferior leads. Now I know I have to withhold nitrates. I'm going to have to do a full 12-lead EKG with the precordial leads on the patient, as well as a V4R. But at least now I know whether I can give my patient nitroglycerin within seconds, if not minutes, of making patient contact. The second trick of the trade that I have for you is with end-tidal CO2. And we know that in the preparation phase of intubation, we're hooking up our filter line set. Here's some things you may or may not know about this piece of equipment. Once I hook this up into the port, you're going to notice that the window comes on for CO2. The line is still dashed. 3 to 5 seconds later, the line becomes solid. This has to be hooked up to the monitor before this is hooked up to the patient. If you don't do it that way, whatever is coming out of the patient's mouth will be calibrated to 0. There's only a few reasons why we're going to get a 0 when we hook this up to an intubated patient. You may be esophageally intubated, your filter line set may be clogged, kinked, or knotted, or there may be a blockage in the exhalation port in the back of the LifePak 15. And those are your EMS tricks of the trade.